Yeah, take everything that you know about BMX and throw it right out the window because this is a whole new sport. These guys are doing it on a resi mat, which makes it a little safer, but not quite safe enough. Triple backflips for breakfast. What do you think about that?
James Foster starts the party off with 3 complete rotations upside down in a row, a triple backflip, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, like I said, the resi is progression with safety. And this guy just sends a triple backflip. Make no mistake about it. This guy messes up, we have broken bones. And this guy landed it perfect. Nice work.
He's a regular on this tour, and that is his stock and trade. This is what he does best. And look at that score right there. A 9.37 to start us off, the best pop them together. Another Utah native in the mix here. This is Gavin Godfrey.
This kid just started riding BMX bikes a couple months ago. So this is air awareness at its best. Backflip, tail whip to backflip. This kid is one of the staples in the Nitro Circus Tour, and all of a sudden he decided he wanted to pick up a BMX bike and send it. So that right there tells you, look, he doesn't even have a clue where the pedals are. He just rides it out on the seat. So that, like, his air awareness is so great, and his toughness is so solid that he can just ride away on a BMX bike, no problem. See what he can do.
And he looked like he barely dabbed his feet right there. You get a half a point deduction for execution for each foot that touches the mat. We'll have to see what happens with the score there. So a 7.36 applied by your DOD, which is your degree of difficulty score, as we bring in Jay Toohey.
Jay Toohey, one of my favorites. Triple tail whip backflip. This kid is one of my favorites. He's got a million great stories, and he's a solid kid in the BMX world, so he's got my heart right there. Backflip, triple tail whip. Count of 1, 2, 3 as they come around. Finds the pedals perfect, and just he could have hit another set. He landed that so smooth right there, Jimmy.
Look at that, 3 times around with the frame of the bike while upside down and rides out of that butter clean. James Foster sitting in the top spot right now with a 9.37. So Jay Toohey will take us to it out of Lake Haven, Australia.
Yeah, he's going for the big kicker right here out of the gate. Going for a triple backflip as well. Lands it perfect, butter, no problem. Too easy. These guys are just killing this course right now.
We've seen 2 of those here in the opening round. This is the opening round of 5. Keep that in mind.
Triple backflips are not, you got to stay in the hallway. You call it staying in the hallway, because if you get off kilter just a little bit, you're going to knock your bike out of whack. And
line. This was our 2nd place qualifier out of semifinals. This is Brandon Schmidt.
Brandon Schmidt going for a triple backflip. Like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm seeing guys do triple backflips.
We've seen 3 of those here in the opening round, TJ.
I mean, a triple backflip is not an easy trick to do. And these guys are going off these the big super kicker, triple backflip, and landing perfectly.
Yeah, and this guy comes in, and he hasn't been riding that long. He actually comes from a snowboarding background, so that'll slide him into 3rd place. Difference in the scores basically comes down to how the judges feel that they executed the trick. And speaking of execution, this guy right here, Ryan Williams, he is a trick machine that is known for execusion.
Now that looks, that's like a bike flip, but it's
a forward bike flip.
Yeah, it's like a forward bike flip with a front flip. So that's like a whole new invention of bike flip, coming from the scooter world, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's insane. He's competed in 2 events out here tonight.
Right, so I mean, you're bringing in the scooter tricks on a BMX bike, which is insane. And like
dialed that one in, so that forward bike flip, front flip will get him an 8.46, but that's round 1 out of...
Have so much fun as they are in this contest, and right now Toohey dropping in with a huge smile.
Whoa, tail whip backflip. So that's a windshield wiper backflip. Did I see that correctly, Jimmy?
We'll have to see on slow-mo. It looked like it at real-time speed, but there you go.
Tail whip, catch it.
Yep.
Oh no, tail whip,
catch tail whip.
Same way, that's beautiful. That's what's so cool about these ramps, is like Travis said, they're having fun. It wasn't something like, oh my gosh, if I don't make this, I'm done. It's let's just give it a go. Let's see what's possible.
Have the ability to get up and keep riding as we bring back in Andy Buckworth.
Now you saw him preload that. You saw him preload, get ready for that rotation. Like right before that lip, you see him go down to his handlebars. All right, this is gonna be a yank. And he yanked it so hard because he's going backflip Superman.
Look at the extension on
bike. Keep the rotation going.
See his knees bump the crossbar?
And sends another backflip right there. And unfortunately, he missed his right foot. So he might get a little deduction, but that was a great Great trick.
Yeah,
nice work.
As I mentioned in round one, it's a 0.5 deduction for each foot that you dab. So if you hit both feet, the most you can take off is a point. So 7.61. Now remember, of these 5 runs, it's your 3. Schmidt, we mentioned this earlier, comes from a snowboarding background. He's another one of those guys that said, you know what, I'm going to get out here and try to do this stuff on a bike.
No one does that. No one does that. A backflip, tail whip to backflip, and then he goes into the bag, comes back, and backflips for the fans. I love it.
That's a snowboarder, guys. I have to tell you, this guy comes through with so much passion, so much flair. I am so proud of this man right here. Schmitty throwing down. He just learned that in practice. He is on fire.
A backflip,
just learned that in practice.
Backflip. That is insane. Like these kids, these guys don't ride normal jumps. Like they would not ride the trails at 10 or anything like that. These guys ride here. That's what they do. They ride the Nitro Circus. They ride the big air ramps, and that's about it. And then all of a sudden, comes out here and kills it.
Well, you combine on the leaderboard here because you need 3 scores total together. So as these guys get their second runs, you'll see the names jump around quite a bit. This is Ryan Williams.
What was that? What is that? That is like a snowboarder trick. Like, what are you doing right there?
Our Willie has so much to prove. He comes from a scooter background. And when everyone said, you can't do it on a bicycle, he jumps on a bicycle, 720 front flip, spots the landing the whole way through. This guy is unbelievable.
A 720 front flip. I mean, that's insane.
Look at what his body's doing right here in the rotation on this trick.
I personally would call that a corked out 7 because I don't really know, but man, the rotation was nuts.
It kind of had that wild flat spin rotation with a 9.03, and that puts him in the top spot. So at the end a bit and then come off, or if that would just be a 1-point deduction for dabbing both of the feet. But here we go, once again, Colton Satterfield.
Colton Satterfield, bar spin backflip, double tail whip. He liked what he saw. He said, you know what, I'm gonna give it out a go too.
I think he saved it with that foot. That foot slipped off the pedal, but I don't think it dabbed the ramp. We'll have to see the replay here. Colton's currently sitting in 6th right now. Again, 5 runs for these riders. It's your best 3 runs total together is what you're looking for tonight.
Bar spin backflip, catches the bars, spins the bike around twice, barely slipped the pedal, but did not touch
that foot did not touch.
Did not touch.
So he will not get a half-a-point deduction for that. So right now he's got 2 respectable scores. Gavin Godfrey, he has been on fire out here this evening, TJ.
Gavin Godfrey going for the big kicker. He wants that triple backflip.
And he gets
perfect.
it.
Perfect landing. This kid is unbelievable. He coming from the Godfrey clan. It's just unbelievable that a kid can ride a BMX bike for a few months and decide he's going to enter the biggest contest that we've ever had.
Yeah, his uncle Greg is one of the Nitro Circus pioneers. His dad was a professional motorcycle racer. Mom was a professional skier, so he's got sports lineage in the blood.
He's got a lot of air awareness. You can see his air awareness as he's coming around. He's always looking for that landing.
Getting a high 5 from Travis Pastrana. Look at that score,
9.25.
Where does that slides him up 2 spots. He was in 7th. Some big things out of him tonight. What's he going to put down in round number 3?
I don't know. This kid coming out of Australia. I love Andy Buckworth. He's a staple in the Nitro Circus tours, and all of a sudden he does a front flip no-hander to front flip. He's been doing this trick for years. That's no problem for him. So I hope he gets a big score from the judges because I've seen him do that for years, but you know what? So clean.
Look at how he tucks into the bars.
Perfect tuck no-hander, a la Anthony Napo. Just giving it all you got.
Just rides out of that one cleanly. Now the judges, they're working strictly off of execution because all of these tricks have been pre-assigned. All 5 of our judges, they're basically just judging off of execution. Then those numbers are multiplied by that degree of difficulty.
Curtis Downs going for that big ramp. Triple backflip, no problem. Man,
those things are coming out so consistently tonight.
Can you imagine getting on the ramp and be like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send a triple backflip, no problem.
Off that super kicker, and look how poppy this gets, TJ.
1, 2, as he's coming around on the second one, you see him look for that landing.
Muscle it.
I got enough time. All right, sweet. Pulls it off perfect. Now, we would never see something like this be done if we didn't have these ramps. I can't stress to you enough how much these ramps.
Already has himself a win over in Scooter earlier tonight. What's he got on tap for?
What? He's just gonna let go of the bike
and send it forward. Stop it!
That was unbelievable. I used to do that trick on a trampoline with no wheels when I was a kid. Like I was like, oh yeah, this will be sweet. That was the complete never happened trick. Never in a million years would I think I would see that trick done at a competition perfect like that. That was unbelievable.
Look at how far away he is from the pedals, and look how vertical the bike is, how
That was
front and heavy
awesome.
that is.
That was so sick. There's no way that should be done on a bike. No way. That was amazing.
All right, he's in 5th pre-run. Remember, we're
9.38.
We're putting these 3 best scores together, and
Yes.
9.38, that's
Yes.
the best one of the night. That puts him
That
in your top 3 as of right now. It's Williams, Buckworth, and Satterfield. Speaking of Satterfield, here comes Colton Satterfield right now.
Yeah, Colton Satterfield, a local boy, doing a tuck.
Whoa!
Tuck 360 no-hander. That was so sick. Tuck 360 flip no-hander, rather, to late bar spin. Loved it. Tuck 360 no-hander, perfect extension. Coming around sweet, decides, go ahead and throw those bars. Lands perfect. Nice execution on those lines. Man, he's good to go.
That was super execution
That
right
was
there on the
awesome.
no-handed part of that. You see him again representing the Dave Mirror shirt, representing for the hang on to that.
This is a good time, Gavin Godfrey.
Godfrey's
Here we
been
go.
hard charging here tonight.
Oh, what is going on with this guy?
Off axis,
That is
double
a
backflip.
360 double backflip. Oh my gosh, what is this kid doing? That is some air awareness that we've never had in the BMX world. Like, no one does that stuff. Like, 360 double backflip. Keep it coming. Like, what is that?
Look where the back tire goes down. You see that pink line on the mat? That's the sweet spot right there on the
Look at
knuckle
him
of the
just
landing.
looking at what's going on. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's excited about that
I
one.
cannot believe the execution was perfect. The
Look how
kids are
stoked that
stoked.
kid is.
Everybody's hanging loose. This kid is nuts.
All right, so he dropped that 3.57 that he had in run number 2. Now it's Williams, Godfrey, and Buckworth as we bring back in Australia's Jay Toohey.
Jay Toohey doing it for the BMXers, really big.
And there is our 6th
Did you just
triple
see that?
backflip of this event, TJ.
Yeah, but that triple backflip right there was like 150 feet off the lip.
Off
Did you
of
see
that
him
super
pedal
kicker.
down the rim? Dude, this guy, man, this going huge. Jay Toohey going huge, overshooting everything in this. Man, that was amazing. So big. Looking up his landing, coming back around, landing perfectly.
Look how far he's leaning forward on that. Has to dab, the left foot dabbed a little bit. We've talked about it a couple times. You get a half a point deduction for each foot that may dab. But again, he had a 3.7. Idaho Falls, Idaho, currently sitting in 8th place. What does he bring to the party in this 4th round?
Oh! Big, huge backflip to backflip no-hander. So there's a double backflip with a backflip tuck no-hander on the second backflip, which is beautiful. He pedaled down the roll-in, so I knew that was going to be big. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. There's a backflip tuck. Was it? What was that?
Backflip, tuck, no-hander to backflip.
Was it a backflip to backflip tuck no-hander, or was it the other way?
He did the tuck no-hander the first rotation, then rotated one more time around. So he drops that 3.32. That'll give him a total of 23.
50 runs.
All right, Ryan Williams. He took the top spot at the end of round number 3. Let's send it up once again with Travis for a call here.
This is so awesome to see our Willie dropping in, scooter rider, and he is leading the BMX contest with a 1080 front flip. That is not possible on a bicycle. Crowd is just going bananas. This kid has stuck all of his jumps.
That's impossible. No BMX rider would ever even think that was possible, ever.
The stadium is erupting right now. This is the most exciting contest I've ever seen. I am just pumped for our Willie and everybody that are throwing down such huge tricks. Look at this. How do you even know where you're going?
You don't. That's what you don't. You don't know where you're going. You just send it, and that's the huck and pray, and he got it, man. That was amazing.
Oh, man. He was already in the lead, and then he throws a 1080 front flip into the mix here. Let's see what this goes for. I believe that is the highest single run score we've seen tonight with a 9.74, cementing his spot in the top as of scores that are totaled together.
He needs a 7.81 for 5th place to move up. Let's see what he got. What? Downside tail whip backflip?
It all happens so
That's a
fast.
downside tail whip backflip. That is unbelievable. Look at that downside tail whip. I think it was a downside tail whip backflip, but I'm not positive because you know what? They don't make books like, hey, this is what this is. You really kind of got to ask the guy because that was insane. I've only been in BMX for 20-something years. I never even.
Right now, this is the 5th and final round here. Jay Tui currently sitting in 5th. He fired off a triple backflip.
These guys feed off each other. These guys feed off each other for sure. And did you just see what I saw? Because that was a Superman C-grab backflip to backflip after pedaling down that rolling. That was huge.
How in the world do you get the rotation to do a backflip variation and then come around and do another flip?
You have enough speed. That's how you do it. This kid pedaled down the drop. Look at that. Oh, it's an Indian air. Indian air backflip to backflip. That was amazing.
Oh my goodness. That is absolutely insane. So it's still Williams, Godfrey, and Buckworth, the top 3. Getting a hug from Catfish, one of our live event MCs right there. What is he going to bring to the party here in this 5th and final run?
Needs an 8.5 for 2nd place.
So we see on our ISX scoring graphics here tonight. Here we go, Curtis Downs.
A quad whip backflip! A quad whip backflip! The first time that's ever been done. I don't even think it's been done on a video game, bro. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Never been done before. That was 4 times around.
I think so. I think so. 1,
Got him out.
2, 3, 4. A quad whip backflip. This guy just landed perfect pedals. Quad whip backflip. That has never been done. I guarantee you that's the first time we've ever seen anything like that. That was amazing. Amazing.
Look at where his feet wound up with the crank arms right there. Colton Satterfield is in complete and total disbelief. He gets an 8.53. Oh, that slides him up to 2nd. Andy Buckworth gets bumped out of the top 3, so now it's Williams, Downs, and Godfrey, your top 3. And there's our current with our Willie.
Ryan Williams, you may have single-handedly broken so many stereotypes. Who are you out here riding for?
I'm riding for the little guy. There's little scooter kids that go to the skate park every day and get tormented. I just came out here and I just wanted to represent them as best as I could, and I think I did that.
I think you did too. How much passion and dedication does this win represent?
This is the biggest win in my life. I can't explain the feeling I have right now. It's insane. This is crazy.
Really, you told me that a win here could be the biggest moment of your life. When there are so many triple flips being thrown down, the energy is as electric as it is. What is your mindset before you are dropping in?
I just believe in myself. I tell anyone at home, all you need is belief in yourself and you can do anything, I swear. I was nothing before I believed in myself. I started believing in myself and things just went positive from then on.
Willie, so proud for you. Guys, please don't go anywhere because we have FMX Best Trick coming up. You don't want to go anywhere. Willie, congratulations.
We are bringing Nitro Circus back down under. It's gonna be one show.
We welcome in Australia's Jay Tui.
Jay Tui's a wild style. This kid is awesome. Triple tail whip backflip, no problem, perfect.
He just made that look so easy.
It was easy for him because he does it on tour. Like these kids that they ride every single day. I mean, they warm up with this trick. 1, 2, 3, like nothing. I remember when I saw Mira do that for the first time, I was like, there's no way somebody did a triple tail whip. It's not possible. And now they're doing it in backflips. And it looks incredible. He catches the pedals, looking good. He might have rode the crank arm a little bit, but we're not cheap.
Again, going back to that degree of difficulty, those scores have already been set qualifiers last year. He's worked hard all season, was the #2 qualifier in the semis yesterday.
Oh, so he's gonna throw an X up into a little 1080, huh? It's like a 1080 front flip-ish. I don't know, what do you think? You think he went down for a front flip, or you think that's just a corked? It's just kind of a corked out 1080, or?
With an X up? The end of that?
Man, I don't know what these guys are trying to call this stuff, but I really feel like it's a corked out. Was it 3 spins or 2?
Just 3.
Okay, then that's 1080. I mean, I can't believe that we're even talking about this because
this guy right here has got a huge arsenal of tricks. This is David Godziak from Poland.
there it is. Man, that was with authority. You see that? Man, he's
Started off as a freestyle mountain bike rider, then switched to BMX.
Man, solid no-hander. Looks so good.
720 front flip tuck no-hander.
720 front flip tuck no-hander. Okay.
I
I mean, it looked good to me.
basically, they have to submit a list of the tricks that they're going to do to the head judge before we go into this. They don't have to go in any particular order, but they do submit a list to the head judge. And I'm looking down at his list right here.
I think that was a front flip. I don't know why.
1080. Well, he does have 1080 front flip no-hander as an alternate trick.
So. Speak of the devil, look at this guy.
Your defending champ from last year, Ryan Williams.
He just goes 1080 for fun.
And this is the first round. We need to do this 3 more times, and it's already getting this
2,
crazy.
3, perfect. Looking good. Man, it's hard to believe that this kid comes from the scooter. I don't know how he can ride the bike. Like if he can ride the bike on trails, or if he can like really ride the bike through a skate park. But in this contest, it really doesn't matter. This is a whole different sport. This is a sport where you learn as you go. These guys are making tricks up on the go, and it's insane.
All right, so he will check in with a 9.36, so that'll put him at the top spot at the end of round. Remember, it's your best 2 scores total together here tonight that'll get you on that podium.
James Foster, one of the most consistent riders on the deck. Triple backflip, no problem. That's because he's on tour. When you're on tour, you gotta have your tricks on lock because you do them day in and day out. Every single night, no matter what, the show must go on. And he's doing it every single day.
Well, he looped out on that last one, and here in round number 2, he puts that one down clean. Again, you're looking for your 2 best scores out of 4 runs here, total together. Nice. Foster's got that one out of the way. His second attempt here.
He's really getting it together in his old age. When I say old age, is because he's been on deck for a minute. That was a tail whip backflip, catch to double tail whip, which is very difficult to stop the momentum of the bike and then start it up again. So as he's doing a backflip tail whip here, watch him catch it, and then kicks it again to double tail whip. Very difficult trick, lands it perfect.
So again, as we go through this, there's a degree of difficulty score. There's a list of tricks that the judges have that they have predetermined a degree of difficulty score that runs on a scale of 1 to 10. Those scores don't change. Basically, the 5 judges are judging on your execution on a 1 to 10 scale. So again, your 2 best runs out of your 4 total together.
Coming down, triple backflip. I mean,
all right,
it's crazy. Triple backflips, no problem. Well, this guy does it too.
He had the same problem. That's Brandon Schmidt. He had the same problem that first go around that James Foster did, but he too puts it down clean here in round number 2.
Now, when you do a triple or a double backflip, you put yourself in a hallway. So you're going in that hallway because any twitch of the muscles, and all of a sudden you're off axis and you're taking a slam.
All right, so that'll get him in 8. Brandon Lupos, he had a rough go around that first time. Let's see what he can do here in round number 2.
Man, Lupo's getting it done. Like, super corked out 1080. I mean,
see the off-axis rotation.
I can see why they're trying to say that it's a front flip.
I say, would you put that? He's
really
got a 1080
like,
front flip listed here on the submission of his tricks.
I mean, it kind of is. But it's not like super front flip. Ryan Williams. Not only is he dominating scooter, but he's also getting it done on the BMX bike with my favorite trick. I can't believe that this kid, he did it again. And that's like, I don't even know what he's calling it, but the bike does a complete front flip.
A forward bike flip.
I did this when I was a kid on a trampoline bike with no wheels. And I was like, yeah, that's just never gonna happen. But now I'm seeing it in real life, and I love it. It's so cool. Like, the bike goes all the way around, no problem, catches the handlebars again, looks over at the crowd like, what's up? You love this, and then lands it sweet.
Technically, they call it the nothing front bike flip because he's completely letting go. But a 9.34, so 2 monster scores for him. We'll be back with 2 more rounds. This is Jay Toohey for round 3.
Jay Toohey going for a triple backflip, which is massive triple backflip. Like, the other guys did triple backflips too, but I don't think they were quite that massive.
Takes it off that super
just
kicker
so
there.
Big. Look at the height that he has. He just goes as high as he can. And he did that our whole entire career. It's like when we were together competing, he was in dirt jumping and he would just go so high.
So he has a 7.31 and an 8.13 as his first 2 run scores. Getting the best possible single run score you can get is a 10. So he'll end up with an 8.36. So he just look at Brandon Schmidt for round number 3.
Brandon Schmidt coming in hot. Tail whip backflip to backflip. That was so nice. Like it was a nothing. That was so good. And it's so hard to keep the momentum. Like I said before, you want to stay in the hallway when you're doing a double backflip. But this guy does a backflip tail whip, catches it into a backflip, which is just perfect.
Did you
really
see
good
when he starts to go into that second rotation in the backflip? As he hasn't even fully caught the whip yet, and he's already starting to go into that second rotation on the backflip.
Because he's committed.
That's huge for him because he had a fall in that first run. So that 2.01 score is going to go away. Let's see what happens, though, with this score. You're going to couple that with that 8.38 you got there from round number 2. So it's taken a little bit of time for this one to get in. So that tells me the judges are having a conversation about this. Again, degree of difficulty score. We keep talking about that. All of the tricks are predetermined, their degree of difficulty score. The judges are basically judging on the execution out here tonight. So it's your execution score. Here comes Zach Wharton.
Zach Wharton checking the brakes.
There you go.
Backflip, bike flip to tail whip. That had to be the hardest trick here. Because I think that he's the only person on the planet that can do a bike flip, backflip like that.
This is the one that he wanted the last go around.
He throws the bike around, catches a seat, then grabs the handlebars to tail whip.
Look at where he's whipping that. He's
late tail whip.
He's still inverted in that point, coming around out of that flip.
That was so sick. And doesn't even really celebrate, just gives it a hell yeah. That was awesome. I mean, this guy is so bad. He's like, yeah, it's Saturday. What?
He had a 4.43 the first time around, a 1.4 as of right now. His best run we've seen has been a 7.05 from round 1.
I love that this kid went back and trained.
Oh, did you see the back end slide around? Yeah. And he saves that.
I love his story that he wanted to be in here so bad. He wanted to be in this contest, wanted to get it done, dreamed about this day, and they made it happen. I love that.
Look, watch that back end, that back tire just slides around. He's like, I'm hanging on for dear life. No way am I touching that tarp.
Nope, not today. Get back over here.
All right, let's see what this, so 7.92, the best of his 3 scores tonight. Sitting in second place right now, it's Australia's Jay Toohey.
Superman backflip to backflip. That was so sick.
You see how
and so massive.
But the rotation, how slowed down it was.
That's because he was so high. That was like a no-foot-a-can. No-foot-a-can Superman backflip to backflip. That was beautiful. Like the style and everything that he did to that was my favorite trick of this contest. That was the best trick that I think of this contest because it wasn't super rushed, and it wasn't all glitz and glam. It was just big.
Yeah, the judges gave him his second highest score of the night. So again, it's your best 2 scores total together as of right now. As we bring back in Brandon Lupos.
Perfect 1080, huh?
And again, you know, looking at the rotation there, fall in the realm of the 1080 front flip.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a different style on the spin.
All I know is that I can't do that trick. So that's just insane.
All right, he's sitting down at 7th. Yeah, his best run was his second run, so that'll slide him up into 5th place as of right now. But we still have a few up our podium here. Remember, he had a monster first run, and it's your two best runs total together. It's David Gandziak.
He's in the class of his own, 44 times. He's doing it.
You need an 18.7 or better to take over that top spot for Ryan Williams right now.
Throws his bike with frustration or excitement, I'm not sure. 1080 tuck fronty. Is that what he wants to call that? 2. A 720 front flip tuck no-hander.
Gentleman who rides both scooter as well as BMX. He's out of Estonia. It's Rumet Salik.
First trick of the night is a 1080 front flip. That's a good way to start the contest off. This is a little bit different to the triple hit, as they only have one jump that they need to pull. So pretty much they're going big.
So that was a great way to start this one off. Again, they're going to get multiple shots at it out here tonight. You generally see him in a lot of scooter competitions, but showing you right out of the gate that he can hold his own here in BMX best trick.
That is a perfect 1080 front flip. It's always good stopping your first run, especially having something like that, because that leaves some room to throw down and not worry too much about falling off, as you've already got a good score on the board.
All right, try his first ever double flip, and now he finds himself at the Nitro World Games.
This is his first Nitro World Games, and he's also starting off with a 1080 front flip. You could also call it a cork 1440. There's a bit of debate between them both, but it's wild regardless.
So 2 big hits to start it off here in BMX best trick. Rumet with an 82.66. Let's take another look here at Dylan's first attempt.
So slow, spots the landing, brings it around. Perfect. Can't get much better than that. Pedaling down to get an extra speed. These guys are going massive off this jump. We actually call it the moon booter, Jimmy, because, as we say, it takes you to the moon.
All right, so what's this going to be? He's got an 83.50, so going to rank just a little bit. World Games rookie out of Sydney. This is Sam Gibson coming down the roller.
Is that a 1080 front flip bar spin? I ride, Jimmy, and I can't even keep up with what these tricks are.
I feel for you, dude. You're in the hot seat over there, because even with the cheat sheet, you got to figure out that out.
There's too many tricks to look at on here. They all look absolutely mind-blowing, and I don't understand even what's going on. This is the third jump of the night so far in BMX best trick. And as I said, it's always good to throw down and land your first run, because it gives you some room to really go big on the remaining jumps. 1080 front flip bar spin.
Dare I ask the question? It looked like he maybe wanted to throw something else into the mix right there. The body language looked like he was maybe sizing something else up. Either way, he's in the top spot with an 87 flat. Liam Quinlivan.
Liam's got some bangers. This is his first Nitro World Games. Double backflip Superman to start off. Liam actually qualified for this at the qualifiers at our Willie land a year back. So I know he's stoked out here to be throwing down with the boys.
I mean, watch how far off the bike he comes on the first part of the rotation.
Jimmy, if you miss those feet going back on for that second rotation coming around, pretty much it's not coming around. So that trick is certainly a risky one.
So where's this going to slide him in the mix? A 78, so he's going to have to settle for 4th right there. That's going to put him just behind different online clips of him. This is Brock Horman.
Backflip bar spin to double backflip bar spin to no-hander. Brock has some wild double flip combinations. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that one before.
We're about to get another look at it right here as we get set to tee up some slow-mo replays of Brock's first attempt here.
The risky thing about this trick, Jimmy, is it's the same as the double backflip Superman before. Pretty much, if you miss those bars on that first rotation, it's not going to end up good at all. So that's definitely risky throwing the bars in at the start. massive no-hander there to finish it off.
I mean, to catch those things and then tuck your knees under like that to get the hands off in the middle of 2 rotations with the height that you have coming off of that thing, and he finds himself. Next part of Ryan Williams' crew at our Willie Land, they call them the Hill Willies. This is Harley Allen.
Cranking in there, this is gonna be double backflip 360.
What?
Absolutely perfect. He's one of the only other guys out here throwing down that trick. That one's still pretty new in the world of BMX. But I know he's going to be stoked on that one. Cranking down, getting as much speed as he possibly can, flipping around, spotting that landing, and that was, you honestly couldn't get any smoother than that. And Jimmy, this is the first run.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally just getting underway here in the first round of runs. So what is this going to be here for Harley right there? Again, it's an 87 flat as the top spot. He's into the 90s with a 90.16. So here in the early part of round 1, Harley Allen finds him.
And front flip, Superman C-grab and rolling away.
The hang time on that was absolutely ridiculous. And did you see how deep that he sent that one? And it gets the Ryan Williams seal of approval right there as Ryan standing on the staircase.
That trick's a risky one. If you put your hand on just that little bit too late in the front flip, you are just, that front flip rotation comes around so fast and it doesn't normally end very well, but he stomped that.
You see, watch how he arches his back right there. Look at where his feet are.
That is insane.
How do you not over-rotate that?
That is 10 out of 10 for execution, height, position, everything.
It just seems like you'd have so much momentum coming back around after that extension that it would want to throw you forward, but he puts that one down with an 84 trick machine. Here we go, David Kodziak out of Poland.
Oh, was that a 1440, Jimmy?
I wasn't told I was going to have to do math out here
well,
tonight,
no, the
Todd.
thing is that this jump is just giving these guys so much more time than any other usual jump. And this is just giving them insane amounts of time to do tricks that pretty much the possibilities are endless. I think that was 4 full rotations.
Take another look at it.
1, 2, 3, 4. And perfect. Everyone is stomping everything right now. This contest is definitely a heated one, and this is my favorite event of the whole night.
I mean, first hit right out of the gate for David right there. And again, you saw him earlier tonight out here in Triple 10, 93, and he takes over the top spot.
And I think we're in for a treat with this one. 1, 2, triple backflip. Couldn't have asked for a better landing. And that is a great run to start off with.
There's that smile. That first run goes the way that he planned that one. Look how deep he sends this one down into that landing too. I mean, and you called it. Look at him cranking down the rolling.
Man, it's absolutely incredible. Tui's on the live tour, and he does these every night, and the consistency on them is just unreal. You know, it was only a few years ago that, you know, a triple was done, and then the quad, and now Jay's throwing triples down like it's nothing. And makes it look so easy. Look how high he goes.
That's why he gives him those couple extra cranks coming down the roll in there. And what are the judges going to reward? A triple backflip at 92.33. So that'll slide him into that number 2 spot. Just by contested BMX best trick here on this ramp at the Nitro World Games. What's he got for us this first go around? Oh my
front flip, front bike flip, and stomps it. He is going to be over the moon with that one, and it's going to be a super hard one to beat, Jimmy. He's the only guy in the world doing that. He was the one that first started doing just the front flip, bike flip, and now he's doing it in front flips. And to be honest, I don't think anyone else is going to ever be doing that trick. Our Willie is a special kind of human, and he has an endless bag of tricks. Watch this, Jimmy. Front flip, front bike flip, grabs it, pulls it around, and perfection on that landing.
I mean, watch where he catches this, and look at his body positioning, and he has to pull that back around under his feet and then finish out that rotation.
That blows my mind, that trick. Absolutely incredible. I mean, how do you even come up with that? Like, I'm going to front flip, I'll try and throw my bike around, and hopefully it comes back to me.
I mean, he's in a full KOD position right there.
It's like a front flip, front bike flip, nothing.
I mean, he's fully inverted on the catch.
That blows my mind. See, our Willie used to, and still is, a scooter rider, but he jumped on a bike one day and just started bringing all these scooter tricks to BMX and started changing the game.
And he brings a 96.33.
What's up, Nitro fans? Travis Pastrana here. If you live for insane stunts, crazy tricks, and non-stop action, you gotta check out Nitro Circus TV. 24/7 adrenaline, baby. Tune in now, and let's send it.
So this is BMX Best Trick Final presented by Monster Off-Road Wheels and Dylan Devitt.
Front flip, bike flip. It wasn't too long ago, Jimmy, that trick was unheard of, and now people are throwing it down every other day, and Dylan stopped that.
Getting a pat on the back and a little love there from Brandon Schmidt. So what is it going to be here for Dylan in run number 2?
Cranking in, front flip, bike flip, reaching out, just catching onto it, and stoked on that one. See, the good thing about this, too, Jimmy, is that when you're doing these tricks, like, they're massive. So when you're rolling away and you know you're safe, that's a win in itself.
So he's gonna get a 72 run number 2, so he's gonna stick with that first run score of 83.5.
I like the look in their faces. That's when you know something big's gonna go down. Double backflip, Superman again. I think he wanted to take his hands off on that one, Jimmy. As you can see, he's got back up in the butt. Yeah, you can see it right there.
You can see him talking about it, looking over there, and you can see that he wanted to tuck and get the hands off like you called. See if you can see it in the rotation here.
Superman pulls back in, and if you miss that point in that double flip to throw your hands off, then it's really hard to take them off because the momentum's not there, and the bike flies away.
That's all right. You got another run, Liam. So bonus motivation going on out there. Here comes Pat Casey. Had a little bit of slip up there in run number 1.
10, going for that 10 front flip again, stopping it this time, getting it on that second run. Pat's going to be stoked with that. This level of riding is next level.
I mean, I don't even know how the judges can sit in that room and process and go through all this at real-time speed and sit there and have these conversations. Look at this.
I know if I ever got asked to be a judge, I'd 100% without thinking about it say no, because there's no way that I want to be responsible for judging these tricks and what they're worth.
Okay, so what does this do to Pat? Score, he's in 12th with a first round score of 42 flat. See where this is going to slide him into the mix as we await Harley Allen here in his next run. Again, 3 rounds of runs. It's the best run that counts. We're working off a 100-point scale out here. Now, Pat Casey finds himself in the 90s. It's a 92.50. Welcome to the podium for right now, Pat Casey. As of right now, he's got a 90.16, but as of right now, that's only good enough for that number 5 spot, Todd.
We got a triple
he
backflip, no-hander!
What?
He rolls away from it!
How did he get that last rotation around, Todd?
Man, I did not think that third one was going to come around then, and he just stomped that. He can't even believe it.
I can't. I was like, there's no way. Oh, there is, and he did it.
Man. Yeah, Harley. So this is what I love about action sports. You know, everyone's competing against each other, but everyone's on top of the ramp, cheering each other on. Everyone just wants the best for everyone. And Harley just nailed it.
I mean, that reaction says it all. Watch. I mean, he too is cranking down that roll-in.
Takes his hands off.
But right here, how did he tuck that last rotation in? He's leaning way over the bars and hangs on to that.
I think he's lucky that he pedaled as fast as what he did into the ramp, because that gave him that couple of extra feet on the length, which gives him that little bit more time, and he definitely needs that little bit more time, but he just stomped it.
He's pulling on those bars for dear life. And look at it. I mean, his chest was in the crossbar on that one.
I just love watching the reactions on their face, like they can't even believe.
Look at how far forward he is on this last rotation on the landing.
Man, from past experience with this trick, on that last one there is thinking, please come around, because I feel like he can't even believe it, and this is going to be interesting, Jimmy.
So an 88 flat for that. Watch this event, but it's also absolutely terrifying when they get that look in there at the top of the roll. And what's it going to be for Brandon?
That is a double backflip 360. We call that the Aussie roll, and he's pumped to get that one done and roll away. Don't know if it's quite enough to take first, but now he's got a score on the board, so that leaves some room to save something for his third run.
Definitely looking to bounce out that 28 for now here in round number 2.
Lupos just is such a smooth rider. You can see him just spotting his landing on every rotation of that trick, and he couldn't land any better.
Okay, so now we sit and wait and play the score game here. We got Chris James coming up next. We still have a handful of riders to go here in this round, and then we get to do this all over again.
And I know Lupos has a couple more in the bag. I think he just wanted to get that score on the board.
So he's into the 90s now with a 90.30, so that'll slide him into that number. Knocking on the door. Just a couple of tenths of a point behind. Can he do it, Ty?
If he pulls this one, I think it's going to give Willie a run for his money. Front flip, bike flip to tail whip. As you can see, I think he wanted the double tail whip out of it, but that's still a solid trick. And I mean, this is going to be interesting because Jay's in 4th place right now, and everyone wants a podium. So, I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah, you got a 92.33 and a 92.50, so they're neck and neck right now.
Front flip, bike flip to tail whip. It was Willie first doing that trick, and then Tui was actually the next guy to come and start making this trick a normal occurrence.
Take a couple more looks at this last attempt here for Mr. Tui. The head-on angle just gives you full appreciation of what's going on in this trick.
I mean, we got one rider that can possibly take out Willie at this point. Don't know if that's going to be enough. It certainly could be a podium finish for Tui.
So your current leader sitting up on top, he's the last guy to ride as we await the score here, so it is not going to be enough. He's going to stick with that first one.